Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Connecting the World show, and I'm your host, Muniem Rizvi. Tonight, we have a guest, Miss Michelle Mars, and she's from USA, but actually, she's from Philippines. Who is she? Where is she from? What she is doing exactly right now? We are going to talk about her. But before, I'm going to give her a brief introduction. She's a speaker, she's a coach, she's an author, and she's a keynote TEDx speaker. So, without any wasting of time, I'm going to invite my guest, Miss Michelle Mars. Hello, Miss Michelle Mars. How are you?
Hello, I'm wonderful. Thanks for
Uh,
having
first
me.
of all, first of all, it's really honor for me to have you on my show because you are that one speaker who can change a lot of people's life. That's why I invited you on my show, Connecting the World show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. As Michael, I already mentioned about you that who are you, but for our audience, I would like to request you kindly introduce yourself in detail so everyone from the Pakistan and from other sides of the countries should know you. Who are you, and where are you from, and where are you right now exactly?
Okay, I want to sing. Who are you? Okay, I am a military child. I grew up in the Philippines. My mother's a Filipina. My father's an American. I've traveled the world all my life. I married my high school sweetheart. He joined the military, and we traveled the world again. Uh, I'm a speaker, an author, a trainer. I do two podcasts. One's called Mental Shift, the other one where I interview people like you do. And then the other one's called Denim and Pearls. It's business casual conversations with pearls of wisdoms from the porch. So I have two different things going on there. And here's a tidbit that you probably can't find anything if you ever search me. I'm also in sci-fi movies. If you look my name up on IMDb, I also do sci-fi movies. So I do a little bit of everything, but what I'm truly gifted at is helping other people find their message to help them communicate better, not only outwardly to other people, but to communicate better with themselves. Because the self dialogue you give to yourself is really what projects outside. And so I help people with their mindset so that they can project their who they are, their persona, their business to the world. Oh, and where am I now? I'm in Colorado, Colorado Springs.
Okay. As you told about yourself, I know you have sent me the video of your introduction video, and I saw that how you become that how you like everything you have suffered in your life, and back to 2015, you have a severe kind of accident, and you were in the bed for almost 18 months. How you get back from that situation? Who was your inspiration? Who was the person who motivates you that Michael, you can do it. You are the one who can do it now.
Actually, in that 18 months, I gave up because in my mind, I could hear everything normal.
Sh- one minute. Should you want that I should play that video?
No, we'll put it in the link in the comments so people can watch
Okay.
it. But no, in when I was in that 18 months, I got very depressed. And so what happened is I was giving up and I heard a voice tell me, "You're not dead yet, get up." And so I say that in my TEDx about hearing a voice tell me to get up. And from a woman who could not walk and could not talk, I got up and then I fell to my knees and said, "Thank you. Thank you for everything bad that's ever happened to me. Thank you so much." Because here I was. Well, hello, Brian. So that's the whole thing is that I needed an outside person to tell me that I shouldn't give up because I was giving up. And I heard a voice from that was not there. I never saw it tell me to get back up. And from there, I picked up my pieces because I figured if something that big is telling me to get up, I better get up. And then when I got up and I was able to walk and then I started being able to talk, I saw that as a sign as I'm supposed to talk. Well, the other thing about my brain injury, I have a traumatic brain injury. I'm missing my frontal lobe over my left ear, the back of my head. My two hemispheres had disconnected. So I really was a vegetable. I should not be walking and talking. But what happened was a lot of memories disappeared, but certain memories stayed. And so I took that as a trigger to speak about the memories that stayed. And so when I got onto my TEDx, I shared a story about my mother-in-law and how I learned to live a very intentional life to be a better version of myself. And from that day, I started living my life that way. And if you look at that, oh, hello, Nathan. If you look at that video of my TEDx, I was 389 pounds in that video. So think, if you haven't moved for 18 months, I mean, I didn't move for 18 months. But after that TEDx, when I said you have to live a life of intention, I live that life of intention. What I preached to the world at my TEDx, I began to live. And so 5 years later, here I am, a whole nother person with a whole new mental attitude, a no give up attitude, and to be unapologetically me in my intentions of being the best version of me unapologetically.
I thought at your words and how you started your journey, and that was a voice came from inside of you that yes, you are the one who can do it, and from that you step up and you did everything what you was exactly want to do. Okay, now I would ask you know about what is the positive attitude. What is the power of positive attitude?
The power of positive attitude is it's the base of everything. It doesn't matter how gifted you are, how talented you are, how smart you are, no matter what it is, if your attitude is bad, it's lost, right? You don't see an Olympic skater or Olympian out there running and doing, oh, I'm having a bad day. No, it doesn't happen. It's I'm focused, I'm ready, I've got this. Things will come to the outside, things may hit me, but it's okay because I know where I'm going. So the power of positive attitude, it will pull you out of whatever slump, anything you are experiencing. So like with me, my brain injury, I had to stop focusing on the things that I lost in my memory. I had to stop wondering what I lost. I had to stop wondering who I forgot and focused on what I remembered, focused on what I could still do. And then that positive mental attitude helped me keep moving and growing and finding a way to get my full brain back. Now, in that journey, what I don't think I shared with you, in that journey, within 6 months, I found out I had breast cancer and I was told I had 3 months to live. Now, if I had not already instilled that positive attitude, mantra in my head, basically, when they told me I had breast cancer, I would have crumbled, right? Two big hits, right? Car accident, brain injury, breast cancer. But what I did is I used the momentum of my positive attitude to say, okay, you made it out of this cancer. Okay. They say that it's going to kill you in 3 months. It's okay because I'm living my best life. And if I live my best life, no one's promised tomorrow. So the way I shifted my thought process was, if I'm going to die in 3 months, I have a benefit over everyone else. I know what's going to kill me. Or I could walk out in the street and get hit by a car tomorrow. So I already had a benefit. Everyone's dying eventually. I just happen to have a better idea of what would kill me. So I just kept living my life, my best life, like every day was going to be my last. So I left no one with a bad attitude. I always shared a smile with everyone. If you ever watch me on Facebook or else social media, I'm a very happy lady. Why? It's because I've seen death many times, and I know the last thing I want to ever tell anyone in the world is something negative. So I purposely keep myself up and positive.
I got it, your word. Okay. Now my next question is regarding effective speaking. That what is effective speaking? Because you are a speaker.
Yes, I believe that effective speaking is really not about the speaker at all. Effective speaking is about the audience. It's the people in front of you, the one person that needs to hear you that day. So as a speaker, I don't go out and say, oh, there's 5,000 people in the audience, I'm scared. No, I say, what do I need to share of myself because one person needs to hear it. So effective speaking is raising someone up. It may be one, and you may never know that one person, but that you did it because it was meant to happen.
Exactly. Okay, now my next question is also regarding effect speaking. Why effect speaking is important?
Well, effective speaking, as I call myself a communications coach, because effective speaking communication is the key to everything. As I said earlier, I help people, I guide them for their inner critics, their talk inside of their head, because whatever you're saying in your head is what comes out of your mouth. You may say the right words, but your inflection, your body language, everything else is showing what you're really saying inside of your head. So you've met people where they say something to you, you do, I'm not sure about that. It's because something else is in their head. So effective speaking is the make or break of communication. If you cannot portray yourself as you really want to be, then you're effectively speaking one way. So I believe that we have to be able to understand ourselves in order to understand other people so that we can communicate effectively all around. It will make peace or not peace, right? As you're doing right now with your podcast and your TV show thing, you're sharing communication around the world. If you would come on and attacked everyone who came on your show, that would not be effective speaking, right? You would end this broadcast. And so by being a communicator and asking questions and being inquisitive about other people, you become an effective communicator because you are pulling information from other people. And what's the best topic for other people? Themselves. So it's beautiful.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, now I just one question I forgot at that time when I was asking regarding the situation you faced for like for 18 months, that how you get up from the depression,
Whew. You have to make a
because
choice.
you were on the bed for 18 months and you said that you have gained a lot of weight, and when a female is getting a lot of weight, she always went to depression.
Yes. Well, and it had to be a choice. And honestly, I think what really kicked me in gear was I had to be healthier in order for my body. So what had happened before was I kept saying, just let me have my brain back. I don't care what happens to my body. I just need my brain back. Well, in my journey back from getting my brain back, I lost my body. And as I lost my body, it started hurting and then things started breaking down. And I realized then, okay, you know that declaration I said about I just need my brain, I don't need my body? I need my body to move my brain. If I want to be effective in the world, I need to be able to move somehow. And if I let my body decay on itself, then I'm not doing my purpose. And so my big thing is part of my purpose, my goal is to spread this positivity and to help people step into who they truly are instead of waiting till their deathbed and regretting all the things they didn't do. So, how to get out of depression and out of that, oh my gosh, does my husband even find me attractive? That kind of thing. I don't need to be here anymore. No one loves me. I had to make a decision. What is more important, my self pity or me getting up and doing something about it? And so that's really what happened. I trialed and errored a lot of things. Okay, no more coffee, drink tea, no more soda, drink water. I mean, so I was slowly changing things. And the next thing I knew, weight was falling off of me. And then when the cancer hit me, um, I had a lot of other things happen. So I had a double mastectomy. And then I had organs start fusing together. So even though I was doing the right thing, my body had already started breaking down. So I had to do even more than what I was doing before. So I became very stubborn, I guess you would say, stubborn to live and stubborn to decide on, do I want to stay in this depression? And do I want my children to remember me this way? Or do I want to do something and have them, even if I die, have them see me as a fighter, as someone who didn't give up? And that's the choice I took. I'd rather be the fighter who never gave up than the one who was going to curl up and just go away.
Okay. I just listened to your answers, and I also watched that introduction video you gave it to me, and I just watched and over all the things. Like when you stuck in that situation, and after that you came back, and how would you become a TEDx speaker?
It was an
What's the
accident.
what's the story behind that?
That was an
Is
accident.
that was the accident exactly happened to you on the road?
Well, okay, beforehand. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but do you know what Toastmasters is?
Yeah,
International
I know.
Toastmasters International. I was a part of the International Toastmasters group, and I was very active in it. And I didn't really consider myself a speaker, so I would go to clubs and I would tell funny stories, and I was thinking I was going to be maybe a comedian, something like that. And I told a few stories on the radio shows here in America, and someone heard me. And when I came out of that 18 months of not walking and talking, I got on my computer and I saw an email that says, Michelle, we would love for you to be part of TEDx Colorado Springs. And I told my husband, what is that? And he said, I don't know what TEDx is. I said, well, I'm going to say yes. So I said yes, not knowing what it was. And then when I went to the TEDx, I met a man named Sravan Tedla. And he looked at me and he said, wow, I just love you. You will be on TEDx. And I went, oh, okay. And then he watched me speak. And then people started crying. And then he came out again. He said, you will be on TEDx. And that's how it happened. It happened very quickly. I didn't know that I was accepted already. I drove home and then I had a phone call when I got home saying, congratulations, you were our first pick. So it was an accident that I became a TEDxer. I've been speaking as a Toastmaster, and the magic of speaking is when you share your story and you share it from your heart, people listen and they remember you. And I think that's what really happened with TEDx. I was authentically me sharing a story that was very close to me, and they gravitated to it and asked me to come in.
So on TEDx, when you went there as a TEDx speaker, so what did you tell there to the audience? Is the funny story, or you have told them your story from
It
where
was
you became?
actually a little bit of both. It was a story about my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was my math teacher when I was 14 years old. And so she became my friend, my mentor. I just love that lady. And I liked her son. And so 10 years later, I ended up marrying her son. So she became my mother in law. And so I tell the story about meeting this woman who was so different from any Filipina I'd ever met. And then I told 3 lessons in my TED Talk. The first was, you must have a plan. Life is like a giant GPS. You have to have an end goal, but be very flexible on how you get to that final goal, that final destination. The second one is eat dessert first, because what I found when I thought I was dying was that I didn't reflect on, oh, I wish my return on investment was bigger. My last thoughts before I went under for my surgeries and things of that nature was, does my family know I love them? Do my friends know I love them? It was smaller things. It was, I wish I sat down and watched butterflies, in the sky and the trees, the leaves falling. It was small things. And then the third was, the differences between a rut and a grave are the dimensions. It's a quote by Ellen Glasgow. And basically what that means is if you find yourself doing the exact same thing every day and wondering why you're not getting anything different, you need to step out of that rut. It's the definition of Einstein's definition of insanity. If you keep doing the same thing and expecting something different, that's insanity. And so the differences between a rut and a grave are the dimensions. If you're building the dimensions of your grave, you need to step out of it.
Okay, and now one more question: that what was your passion, and how you are doing that? Your passion still continue, or still you are working on it?
On it, what it?
What
Repeat that.
on your passion. What
My
was your
passion. My passion in life. Oh, you're going to get me on my quote. My It's a Maya Angelou quote. Is not I'm my passion in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some fashion, and some style. I think I just messed that up. But I believe that living life is not just a mundane go through your day every day doing the same thing. My my idea of life is to fully live life as you and being the best version of you, whatever that may be. And that you don't need to worry about, oh, my mom wanted me to do this. Oh, my dad wanted me to do, oh, my grandpa wanted me, oh, my family. Because that's how I used to live. I used to worry about what everyone else wanted me to do. And I found that I wasn't happy. And when all these terrible things happened to me and I had to sit back and reflect on my life, I realized I've been holding back on who I really was. And so now my passion in life is to pull that perceived veil of inadequacy off of any person that I meet or interact with so that they see that they too have a gift. And it just simply is there. Someone just needs to wipe off the dust so you can see it. But everyone out there listening, there is a gift in you. There is something so special that no one else can give, and that someone is waiting for, particularly your voice. That's my passion.
That's a great passion. Okay, you work with a lot of people as a coach, and you change their lives. So how do you exactly work with them? What was your working style? So I would love to know about that, because you are an international speaker now, and a lot of people came to you just because they are suffering from different kind of problems, and you are there to listen their story, listen their problem, and then you coach them that you can do that, you can do that. What was your exactly style of doing these kind of things?
My style of coaching,
Yeah,
very mean, but no, I'm very direct. I'm very honest. Now, what I said about my brain injury earlier, my frontal lobe, I have no filter. So I say exactly what's on my mind pretty much all the time. Very honest person. So when I'm coaching with people, I'm gentle, but I'm firm. And so I discovered a lot of amazing things about myself, especially like when I went to the Women's Economic Forum in India. I went to New Delhi, and I learned so much about reading other people and seeing that, the problems we have in the United States, that other countries have that same problem. And so a lot of my initial clients were women. And now they've expanded to men around the world also, because we all have inner critics. We all have, I wrote a book about it. It's Not Luck Overcoming You. And we all have inner voices in our head that tell us we're not good enough. And we all need a coach or someone to guide us to say, hey, don't listen to that voice, or listen to that voice. That one's trying to protect you, but make you push you harder to that direction. How badly do you really want that? Or just be a guide on this road to life, because we're all on the same road. We're just simply on different mile markers. And sometimes you can get advice from someone younger than you or older than you, and you have to be open for that. So my style is listening and pulling it out of the person, because I believe the answers that you need are all inside of you already.
exactly. Because the person who has some a problem, he has some answer of that problem, but he don't know how to take out these answers, and that the work does cold, and they call coaches. They just they just ask them questions again and again, again and again, and then they got their answer. Fine. Yes, coach, I just got my answer.
Well, you remember coaches have coaches. I mean,
Yeah,
I have like 7 different coaches, and they're all for different parts of my life, because you need different viewpoints in your life and in different points of your life. So yeah, practice what you preach. If you say be a coach, you need a coach, then I better have a coach, right? Yeah, it's wonderful.
exactly. Okay, and now in the last, I would love to know about more about your podcast, as you are doing a podcast on your YouTube channel too. I was watching one of the sessions regarding it's regarding the mental health. So kindly tell us about your podcast, which you are doing on the YouTube.
Okay, I've got two on YouTube, but one is under my name, my YouTube channel, Michelle
Yeah,
Mras, Mental
me too.
Shift. Mental Shift is there. And
Yeah.
that one where I interview different entrepreneurs and just business people who have overcome something where they used to be in one part of business and then something happened and they had a mental shift that made them start doing something else and they're happier and more productive. My second podcast I co-host with my friend Brian Swanson. That one's a funny story. We met because of COVID. He's my neighbor when everything shut down. My stages stopped, so I wasn't traveling anymore. And I'm looking out my window doing, I need to talk to people. And my husband's very introverted. My husband's sitting on his computer. He's perfectly happy being locked up in COVID. And so my neighbor, I'm watching him doing, he hasn't seen anybody in a long time. I think he should not be, contaminated. So I call him and said, can I come over? I need a beer. And so I go over there and we started talking one night and I went, you know what? Why aren't we recording this? He says, we should be recording this. And so we developed Denim and Pearls podcast, business casual with pearls of wisdom from the porch. And so we record from his front porch and we just talk about whatever topic happens to be coming around. And I'll tell you a secret. All of our topics are linked around music because he used to run very big conventions around, comic books and, actors. And he's very into music and in theater and things of that nature. So he knows movies and music. And he's also a financial advisor. And so I thought, that's my weak point, financial advisor, that I can do one side, he can do the other side, and we can help entrepreneurs and business people grow their businesses and be stronger entities in the world, around the world. So Denim and Pearls podcast and Mental Shift. You can find them both on YouTube or on my Facebook, on my website, michellemras.com. I have links to both of the podcast links. We'd love
Okay.
for you to subscribe.
I already subscribed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Michelle. You take your precious time. It was such a wonderful session with you. Now we have to end our session here because it's too late here, and I know it's morning there, but it's like 11 p.m. here in Pakistan. So it's nicely to meet you, and it was such a wonderful session. Thank you so much for giving your precious time to my show. Hope so you enjoyed my session.
Thank you. And, maybe we should contact so you can come on my show.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, I'll email you.
See you there soon. Take care. We have to say goodbye, good night. Take care. Bye bye.